The National African American Gun Association, or NAAGA, is a pro-Second Amendment rights organization that works on community building through their love of firearms. Throughout recent years, the NRA has been losing members while minority gun-owning groups like NAAGA are growing.
NAAGA started back in 2015. It spread it all over the country just by the word of mouth.
Keith Oliver is the president of NAAGA's Philadelphia chapter. He says, unlike the NRA, the group has no political agenda.
A lot of people just like to shoot. Most of it doesn't have anything to do with what's going on in our country today, and some of it is. But the majority of it isn't. A lot of guys just like to come out and shoot.
If NAAGA is going to make you feel welcome, being an African-American owned organization, you're more likely going to go back there and support that.
Although the group says it has no political agenda, members say they would like to see more minorities take advantage of their Second Amendment rights and arm themselves legally and safely. Some say this is particularly important after the killing of some unarmed black men and hate crimes.
African American people, based on the situation in reference to where we have come throughout the years, we need to understand that our self-preservation has to be protected. What it comes down to is now it's an understanding that if you're going to fight for your life, there's certain tools that you need. And not to be scared of those tools, because at one point in time, those tools were being taken away.
Both Hopkins and Johnson believe the key to proper self-defense is education about how to legally obtain, handle, and get a license for a weapon.
You're not going to drive a car unless you take a driver's education class. You're not going to put together a computer unless you read the manual. Firearms it could be your friend, it could be your enemy.
Minority people, if you want to look at it from that standpoint, Hispanic, black, let's utilize those two. In recent history, it has been noted that a lot of these anti-gun laws is to take the hands out of responsible minority people.
Really, the gun community is colorblind.
YURI ZALZMAN is the owner of the gun range located on Percy and Spring Garden Street. He's been running the range for 8 years now and makes sure to create an inviting space for everyone who walks in, regardless of race, ethnicity, or gender.
There are as many women as there are men. We have people of the LGBTQ community and so on and so forth that come through here. Really, the only factor that would displace you from here is if you are under the influence of substances and if you're an idiot and you're not being safe.
Still, both ZALZMAN and Johnson say part of the education process is to address the elephant in the room: the fear of an African American or other non-white minority with a gun.
Soon, when an African American will walk into a gun range or a gun store, he's like, oh, he's got to be a criminal. Oh, it's not true. Over the years, I've seen, being a firearms instructor, we're judged a little different, and most people say that's not true. It is true.
Cities with the highest crime rates have the strictest gun laws. Some NAAGA members believe that educating minorities how to legally own and use firearms may actually reduce crime in poverty-stricken neighborhoods.
We got to stop looking at the symptoms and get to the root cause. The root cause is this: you're underfunding an area that's already underfunded. You're taking away resources of people in need, not in want, in need. When you start taking away needs of people, then guess what? They're going to do things uncharacteristic. The gun in and of itself is a tool. It's the person behind it that's going to give it the meaning.
It's all about gun safety.
Yes, I am minority, but I am educated.
Become numb. You don't feel it anymore.
Reporting for The Temp, I'm Miri Alonzo.